My name is Sarah Mitchell. I'm 27 years old, and I just learned that being nice doesn't mean being a doormat. Let me tell you about the night everything changed. It was Christmas Eve. The roads were covered in ice. My little Honda was making weird sounds, but I didn't care. I was so excited to see my big sister Rachel after 2 whole years. I had her favorite chocolate cake in a special box. I had presents wrapped in shiny red paper. I even bought a new sweater just for tonight. 8 hours, that's how long I drove. My back hurt, my eyes were tired. But I kept thinking about Rachel's smile when she'd open the door. We used to be best friends when we were kids. Maybe tonight we could be close again. When I finally parked outside her huge house, the windows were glowing warm and yellow. I could hear music and laughing inside. My heart was beating fast with happiness. I grabbed the cake and walked up the steps. Before I could even knock, Rachel opened the door. She looked at me, then she looked past me at my beat-up car. Her face changed. You know that look when someone smells something bad? Yeah, that look. "Oh, Sarah, you came." Her voice was flat like old soda. Behind her I could see fancy decorations everywhere, people in expensive clothes. Her husband David was showing off something on his phone to their friends. "Of course I came, I missed you so much." I held out the cake. "I made your favorite." Rachel laughed, not a nice laugh, a mean one, the kind that makes your stomach hurt. "This party is for actual family, Sarah, you know, people who matter." She looked at my old jeans and my cheap sweater. "Maybe next time call first." The door closed, just like that, click, done. Have you ever felt your whole body go cold? Not from weather, from shock. I stood there holding that stupid cake. My hands were shaking. Inside, everyone kept laughing like nothing happened. I walked back to my car, put the cake on the passenger seat, started the engine, and just sat there. That's when I saw David's text message light up my phone. He'd sent it to their group chat by accident, but I was still in that group. "Why did the broke one show up? LOL, her car is literally dying, so embarrassing." More messages popped up. Rachel replied, "I know, right, I told her not to come but she never listens." Laughing emojis, so many laughing emojis. I want to tell you something important. When people show you who they really are, believe them the first time. Don't make excuses, don't say maybe they're just stressed. Believe them. My fingers moved before my brain caught up. I opened my bank app. You know what I saw? Every single month for 4 years I'd been sending Rachel money. Her car payment, I paid it. Her electricity bill when David forgot, I paid it. Her phone, my plan, her internet, my credit card, groceries when they were tight on cash, me again. $3,200 every single month, for 4 years. I did the math right there in my car. That's over $150,000 total. Our parents died when I was 19. Rachel was 31. She cried and said she couldn't manage everything alone. She said David was between jobs. She said it was just temporary, just until they got back on their feet. 4 years later, they were still getting back on their feet. But somehow they had a big house, new furniture, vacations to the beach, designer purses. Meanwhile, I was eating ramen noodles for dinner, shopping at thrift stores, driving a car that barely worked. Why? Because family helps each other, right? That's what Rachel always said. But here's the truth bomb that hit me that night. I wasn't family. I was a paycheck. The snow was falling harder now. My wipers squeaked back and forth, and I started clicking buttons. First, the car payment, cancelled. Second, the insurance I paid for her SUV, CANCELLED. Third, phone plan, removed. Fourth, internet bill, cancelled. Fifth, every single automatic payment, gone, gone, gone. My hands weren't shaking anymore, they were steady, like I'd been asleep for 4 years and finally woke up. The app showed me a new number, $3,200 back in MY pocket every month. Money I could use for me, for MY future, for MY life. I looked at that chocolate cake next to me, thought about all those hours baking it, all that hope. Then I drove to a homeless shelter 3 blocks away and gave them the cake and all the presents. The lady there hugged me and said, "God bless you, sweetheart." That felt better than any family party ever could. When I got home to my tiny apartment, it was almost midnight. My phone started exploding, calls, texts, voicemails, all from Rachel and David. "Sarah, the car insurance just stopped working, call me now." Why is my phone saying service disconnected? This isn't funny, we need this stuff. I turned my phone face down and made myself some hot chocolate. Real hot chocolate, not the cheap kind, the good kind, because I could afford it now. For the first time in forever, I slept without that heavy feeling in my chest. 3 days later, someone knocked on my door. I looked through the peephole. Rachel, her hair wasn't perfect anymore. Her eyes looked tired. I opened the door but didn't invite her in. "Sarah, we need to talk." Her voice was different, smaller. "Okay, talk." "Look, I'm sorry about Christmas Eve. I was stressed. Hosting is hard, you understand, right?" I just looked at her. The thing is, stuff started breaking. Our phone, internet, insurance, all at the same time. Isn't that crazy? Can you help us figure out what happened? "I know what happened," I said calmly. "I stopped paying for your life." Her face went white. "What?" "4 years, Rachel. $3,200 every month. I have every receipt, every transfer. Every time you said just one more month." But we needed that. We're family." "You said I wasn't family. At your door, remember?" She started crying. But here's what I learned: some people cry to make you feel guilty, not because they feel sorry. "I didn't mean it like that. Sarah, please, we can't afford everything without your little sister being your personal bank." "Yeah, I know." "Don't be cruel." "I'm not being cruel, I'm being smart, finally." She tried everything. Crying, yelling, promising to change, saying I was being selfish, that Mom and Dad would be disappointed, that real sisters don't abandon each other. But you know what? Real sisters don't treat each other like ATM machines either. When you're ready to be my actual sister, not my customer, call me. Until then, I'm busy building my own life. I closed the door gently because I wasn't angry anymore, I was just free. That was 6 months ago. Rachel texts sometimes, always asking for just one small favor. I don't respond. David tried calling from different numbers, blocked every single one. Some relatives said I was too harsh. Those relatives never helped Rachel when she needed money, by the way. Funny how that works. But here's what changed. I got my car fixed, properly fixed. I moved to a better apartment with actual heating. I started saving real money for the first time ever. I took myself to a nice restaurant and ordered whatever I wanted. I bought new clothes, not thrift store ones. And the best part, I sleep like a baby now. No more nightmares about bills, no more panic about how I'll afford groceries, no more guilt about saying no. I learned something huge. Setting boundaries isn't mean, it's necessary, like putting on your own oxygen mask first on an airplane. You can't help anyone if you're suffocating. Last week I saw Rachel at the grocery store. She looked at me, I looked at her. Neither of us said anything. She left, I finished my shopping. It didn't hurt anymore, and that's how I knew I made the right choice. If someone is reading this and thinking, this sounds like my life, listen to me. You're not selfish for having boundaries. You're not cruel for expecting respect. You're not wrong for wanting real love, not transactional love. Family should make you feel warm, not used. My name is Sarah, I'm 27, and I finally learned that the most important person to take care of is yourself, because if you don't, nobody else will. The end. Remember to like this video if you've ever had to set boundaries with family. Subscribe to Revenge Voice for more real stories. And comment below, what would you have done in my situation? I read every single one.